Welcome back to another episode of Two Phat Steves. Ha! My name's Stevie Mo. I'm fat.
I'm Stevie D. I'm fat too. And together we make Two Phat Steves.
In this episode today, I am going to present a cut of meat that I found at Costco that all I know is it's pork loin with rib meat, and that's all I know that it actually is.
I'm just gonna be real with you. This is a pork chop. This is literally on the bone pork chop, and it might be cut with a little bit of the rib meat from a spare rib, but at the same time, this is a pork chop. This is straight up on the bone, and we're gonna be hitting it today with our black cherry smoked truffle rub.
Our third rub, baby.
Let's go. So, Steve, you want to show me that technique that you used on our first episode that was, 18 inches with putting our rub on?
So you want to talk trash to me about not knowing how to season meat? I learned from YouTube backyard chefs. 18 inches, baby. I'm not even looking at you.
Well, that looks like you're going to hurt your rotator cuff.
Shut up, I'm over to the other side. Oh, yeah, look at it. Yeah, it's Christmas. And this is snow falling on the wonderful ground. Don't have this out of your way.
All right, now let's start rubbing it in.
All right.
Now, as you can see, everybody, Steve's about to rub in our meat. But right here, you got a very, very liberal rub on there. And with us patting it in, it's just going to help us adhere to the meat a little bit better. And then that leftover seasoning that's on the bottom of the pan, let me show the pan quick. We are going to flip the meat over to season the other side and just kind of put the already seasoned side on the rest of that rub just to soak it in. That's a real big barbecue secret that they don't tell you that we're releasing today for you. I prefer a method where you pour it out. And you know, I've always done this. And then you just casually season what you want to season. And I feel like that actually adheres pretty well. I mean, the 18-inch method, as you can see, really gets liberal with it. And it does concentrate on all of it, but I feel like I have a little bit more control on each individual seasoning here. And I also have like this feeling of you want to touch and feel your meat. You kind of want to become one with the product because that's what you're eating. And you're putting all that love in it. It's like Bob Ross, all those happy trees.
Now, let me just do this. I'm going to flip this one over. I'm going to pat yours in, like how you do. But this is something I seasoned, and that one you seasoned. Why don't we just leave that, see how they look after about 15 minutes.
That's fair. What are we going to be cooking today? Like, what's our method of cooking today?
So I asked you about this, and I was like, hey, could we smoke outside? And you're like, no, there's thunderstorms.
That's
so
true.
It's going to be a cast iron pan. So how I envision this smoke to go, it's not going to happen that way. It's the weather. I mean, everybody understands that. So what we're going to do is actually, as soon as you're seasoned up, we're going to throw them in a cast iron pan, just like how we did the gochujang chicken, and see how these turn out.
All right, let's do this.
All right. We got 5 pork chops here that you call them pork chops. I don't like calling them that. It's pork loin with rib meat. Does that anger you?
It angers me a little bit, but what's really beautiful is that since we let the rub just kind of sit for the last 15 minutes, the way that it's adhered more to the pork chop.
I don't think I like you anymore. I hate that you're right.
So let's get further and let's just show them how these are going to cook up. That's what they're all waiting for, right?
Let's get to it. So we've got a cast iron pan that's about 350, 400 degrees.
You hear that? So when you drop it in, you don't just want to slap it in. You want to slowly set it in, but drop it from front to back, because if you go back to front, you're gonna splash yourself with oil, and you don't want any of that. That's a big tip right here for that.
We got these dropped in. Looks like about an 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch of oil. I don't know. If you drive an old truck, it's about running temperature, but it smells amazing. They're bubbling. You're gonna flip them in how long? How long are you gonna let?
I'm gonna let it sit here for another minute, maybe 2 minutes. We've had it in there for a little bit, and then we'll look and we'll see what the caramelization looks like on the bottom, and then we'll flip, and then we'll probably add another, just because we can't just not feed the cameraman. That's not a good thing. Not kind of feel that. You feel how like it's still soft, but like you're starting to get some texture on the bottom of that. Now that's a sign that we're getting a good sear. It's starting to cook. And I'm a fan of really heavy sears and not like multiple sears. You know, people are big on the diamond when they sear steaks. I can do that. It's amazing. It looks beautiful. But I just prefer a solid sear.
I like the cast iron sear too. It's just solid sear.
Those are looking fire. So we talked about making a sauce with our gochujang, excuse me, chili pepper. So we have this lime crema. We're gonna hit it down on our plate. We have this wonderful lighthouse dill. Gonna add a little touch of that. 18 inches.
Hell yeah, brother.
Give it a little kick. So, are you ready to try this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna mix it in quick. It almost looks like tzatziki sauce.
It does.
All right, let's go, baby.
All right. That sauce, that pork, the charred flavoring, you put a little bit of this bite action in your mouth and nothing else matters. That was one of the best pieces of meat I've ever had in my mouth. Pause. But the sauce, the seasoning, the char, like it
complimented
flavor,
sure.
but it was nothing better.
So one thing that I want to say is another good thing about our rub is that even after you get a nice seasoning on it, our rub is really good for multi-purpose stuff. So just like a little extra on the finish, popcorn, pork, whatever you want to use it for, it just gives you a little kiss of love and it enhances it even just a little bit more.
As long as it's
So
okay.
You just made it up for yourself?
For YouTube.
Is it okay if you're on YouTube?
Yeah, that's fine. It's really good.
Please let me have some.
All right.
All right.
Son of a bitch.
Thank you.
That was our black cherry smoked truffle rub that we cooked it in a cast iron skillet. And you can follow us on our YouTube channel at Phat Steves, our Instagram, and our Facebook.
It means a lot to me that these guys would put up with me for so long, 3 videos in. But yeah, I celebrated. We also came down here and Steve put a clinic on for us. Don't forget to check out Stevie's Eats right here in beautiful downtown Davenport. Check out Phat Steves. I'm having the time of my life right now. Like I'm on the top of the world, and I'm having wonderful meat shoved in my mouth by Steve Dearborn.
Yep.
Pause.
Give me a knuckle. That's
Please.
Phat Steves.
Stay tuned. Ooh.